Personal Story segment tonight. State of North Carolina has cut back the ability for gay and transgendered people to sue. Also, the state has mandated that people must use public restrooms corresponding to their birth gender. Federal government believes that is a civil rights violation.
This law provides no benefit to society, and all it does is harm innocent Americans.
Well, it's the federal government being a bully. It's making law. It's by their interpretation.
Joining us now from Washington, Katie Pavlich, and here in New York City, Juan Williams. So let's leave the constitutional questions to the Supreme Court. It'll probably go there because North Carolina is now suing the federal government, and the federal government's intruding, and you got this big thing. So let's leave that. But practically, this is just crazy. Just on public property, I think the governor of North Carolina should add a third bathroom that anybody can use, right?
In fact,
doesn't that solve the problem?
That would solve the problem totally. But I mean, for me, the practical reality is people use bathrooms. Nobody tells you you can't go in this one, don't go in that one. It's a matter
of the cops will tell you that.
No.
If you're at a baseball game and you walk into a woman's room, believe me, security will toss you.
You know what? I have never seen security toss anybody
Well, that's
because
you're usually dressed as a woman when you go in.
I see.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Of course it's a joke. What are you talking about?
You got to tell everybody.
Okay, all right. But I'm saying, look, in my house, in your house, you don't say, hey, the girls use this bathroom.
No,
everybody uses the same bathroom.
It is different. Go ahead, Katie. Your point of view is?
Well, I do think we need to point out that this law actually does allow for the government of North Carolina to provide single-stall restrooms for the exact purposes that you just talked about.
Yes.
So that is included in the law that we're discussing here. But the issue at hand is the North Carolina governor saying, look, the Justice Department is saying that we're discriminating based on sex, when in fact they are redefining what it means to identify as a certain gender.
Right,
so we want the court system to decide this, not the Obama Justice Department.
Why does he want to get into this swamp? All right.
Well, the reason,
you know, look, if somebody is born a woman and then they want to become a man and the surgeons can do it, should the governor of North Carolina care? I don't care. I'm sure you don't care. Juan doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't know what it means. But you know, why is this a big issue?
The reason this happened is because the city of Charlotte, North Carolina, passed a local ordinance allowing for transgendered people identifying as men or women to use the restrooms of their choice. People complained to the state legislature, and then they took action. There's mothers and fathers making the argument they don't want men in the...
You know what,
it's
Katie,
not small.
I think I'm with O'Reilly on this. You have to look at this in practical terms. And what the practicality of it is that you have some people who said this is a wedge social culture wars issue. But then you have Donald Trump saying, hey, Caitlyn Jenner, I don't care.
Oh, Trump doesn't care about that.
He doesn't care.
But here's now I'm going to drop the anvil. So Loretta Lynch, the Attorney General, goes out, holds a press conference, and she's all hopped up about this, and they're going to go after North Carolina. What about sanctuary cities, madam? Okay?
Yeah,
would you see that's a much bigger problem than this?
Yeah, well, let me get wait. That's a discriminatory.
No.
It is.
If the Justice Department is going to go after a law that they don't like, and then there's a law not being obeyed by sanctuary cities, where's the Justice Department on that? Where's the sanctions on that? Where?
You have a mismatch here. We should protect individual rights in our society.
Yeah, how about the rights of all Americans not to live in a city that doesn't obey the law?
You have an argument about sanctuary cities. I will listen to it. We can debate it. But there's no debate about individual rights. They make a big deal out of this. This is the Obama administration. Make a big deal out of a little thing like this. But, Katie, sanctuary cities, they don't want to hear about it. Who's making the big deal? It's not the Obama administration. They didn't start this fight.
Justice Department's going right in.
The governor of North Carolina went after the local law in Charlotte.
Go ahead, Katie.
Your point about sanctuary cities bill is absolutely correct, and Americans have the right to be protected against illegal aliens, especially criminals who have been here committing violent crimes, deported multiple times, and then they seek haven in these cities. But as Juan said, that's a separate issue. When it comes to this particular issue of the bathroom law, it's going to be very hard to enforce on a practical level. That is true. But I don't think that you can discount the concerns that parents have had with their little girls being in the restroom. They're afraid of men coming into the restroom. Those concerns concerns should not be dismissed.
Take your little girl into the restroom. The cops in North Carolina say this is an invented issue, a distraction. Nobody's ever come to them and said, oh, you know, some predators in the men's room.
But now you can't determine that, Juan. That determination is hard.
There have been stuff that have happened. I know that.
Yeah.
But I think the Supreme Court will probably rule against North Carolina. That's what I'm going to tell you. That's where they are right now. All right, good debate. Thank you, guys. And Juan has an excellent book in the marketplace right now called We the People. You might want to check it out for Father's Day.